every season there's a game where it really hits home, and today was the one. It really hit home because it's absolutely freezing and you remember what winter's like. I cannot feel my feet. There we go. No consolation from the football either, sadly, as Norwich City have exited the FA Cup at the 4th round stage. They've lost here to a Callum Styles goal, I think it was, in the second half here at Barnsley. They've lost 1-0. They've deservedly lost, I would have to say. I think Norwich racked up a bit of possession, but the whole shape and dynamic of the game, Barnsley were very good. They knew where they were. They knew what they were doing. They were controlling Norwich in areas. Norwich had a lot of possession, but in almost their own third, trying to break the press. And they did do that sometimes, but Barnsley were kind of in control when Norwich did generally as well. Norwich had the odd chance, but on opportunities in front of goal, Barnsley kind of ran the show. And that's it for the FA Cup for this year for Norwich. All too soon, all too quick. I think primarily the main issue of that is that Norwich have, of course, lost the opportunity to give minutes to what is still a reasonably big squad. They're just looking after the pitch, which I can't show you from here. I might just walk back this way. It means that Norwich have lost an opportunity to play more of their squad who aren't playing regularly, of course, and getting those minutes are kind of important for them as well. You'll have seen the pitch obviously on the telly, but this is probably a sight we're going to see a lot of over the rest of this season, because the pitch is bald in places, the weather has affected it, and of course there was no opportunity to reseed it, or not enough of an opportunity maybe to reseed it in the summer, which has to be said was Norwich's issue at Carrow Road too. It'll be a shame for the players who maybe have been short of minutes, because they're now going to need players to get injured really to get time in the Championship, unless Daniel Farke rotates, which doesn't happen very often, and you need to impress if you're going to get that opportunity. And that was kind of the issue today. Daniel Farke used this as an opportunity to give minutes to Lucas Rupp, Przemysław Płacheta, Enel Hernandez, the first time in a long time that he was playing as well. They were probably the primary ones, I think, although I feel like there's someone else that I should have mentioned as well. Alex Tettey starting in as well. And they all look pretty rusty. Lucas Rupp has sort of not played for a long time and only just really come back into contention. It showed certainly in the second half. I thought Enel Hernandez looked really rusty, and it would have been nice to see him be able to run with the ball a bit, but he just didn't really get the opportunity or feel confident enough. And again, it was an awkward game, and Barnsley are really good at, when you get the ball, surrounding you with 2 or 3 and sort of setting traps, a bit like how Southampton play really. And Norwich struggled to break it often enough really to make an impact in the other spaces that they could find. Kieran Dowell is of course the other one I'm mentioning as well. For that same reason I've just explained there with Enel, it was kind of the worst possible game for Kieran to get into as well, because the pace of what he was up against, with some nice touches but nothing really too effective. Przemysław Płacheta had a really hit and miss game. He hit the crossbar with probably Norwich's best chance. He also created the other best chance to equalise. Emi Buendia, who'd then come on, his effort was blocked by Callum Styles, I think. And I saw a lot of stick for Przemysław Płacheta, all sorts of stuff, and I'm certainly not going to repeat it. Now, he is very raw, and he is short, and don't get me wrong, I was tutting at him at times, but I think he deserves a bit of credit for never hiding in the game and continually trying to have a positive impact and make something happen. I've seen plenty of players who disappear when things aren't going very well. So I think the Blights are now going to go out, aren't they? So I think he deserves a bit of faith really for that, and a bit of patience. So hopefully we'll see far more of Przemysław in better situations, and of course we'll see what the team looks like going forward in the rest of the Championship. In terms of the other really big point in terms of the game, it's all gone very quiet all of a sudden, it is the fact that Jordan Hugill had to come off in the second half with a hamstring injury. It meant that Tyrese Omotoye played the rest of the game, and he looked quite short really of making an impact. You could see the rawness in him. That's the longest we've really seen him on the pitch. I think you can see why he's not been quite there. Obviously, Adam Ido's still been out with his broken foot and he isn't ready to come back yet. He's had COVID in the meantime, or at least tested positive for it. Teemu Pukki's been out with a side strain and is a chance for him to come back against Middlesbrough on Saturday, but he might not quite be ready. So that's going to be touch and go, and Jordan could well be out for a number of weeks. I've had some people suggest to me that it could be, that's better, that it could be a really serious one, and I've had some people say it might not be too bad. So we will see. No one really knows, and we're going to have to wait a day or two to see what the answer is. But it's a real shame for him, because he was starting to find a bit of form and rhythm, and it's obviously a major issue for Norwich if they go into the Championship games coming up with no real senior striker options. So we'll see. That's the big takeaway, of course. But Norwich are at the FA Cup. I need a wee. I want to go home. It's really cold, and I think we all need a few days off. So I will leave it all there. Thank you for watching, as always. Thank you for your time, and make sure you check in on The Athletic over the course of the week. There should be some good stuff there. You know where to visit it, theathletic.co.uk. Leave any questions, comments, like, share, subscribe as you wish. I always appreciate it. But here at Oakwell, it was done. Tim Crawler's conceded a goal for the first time in 600 odd minutes. It's not far off the Norwich record, I don't think, but there we go. Out of the FA Cup, on to the Championship. Fingers crossed for better to come, because actually Norwich's last Championship fixture this season is here at Oakwell on May the 8th. I wonder what the scenario will be like when we're all back here. See you later. Take it easy.